They don't want you to know the truth. For decades, the government has slapped a classified stamp on everything, from assassinations to UFOs, while calling it national security. But today, we're exposing how secrecy is being used to cover up failure and silence whistleblowers. Patriots, this is the fight for transparency.
The attacks of that day.
In addition to that, what lessons from these oversight failures should guide Congress in approaching UAP oversight?
Generally speaking, we would advise this Congress to ensure that agencies adopt a general policy in favor of disclosure instead of a knee-jerk needing to overclassify information and documents. We should ensure that when information is classified or deemed sensitive, it's only for legitimate national security and privacy concerns. And we would recommend adding additional factors to the considerations of cost, value, and certainly to the extent that it's critical for the public interest and the public's right to know, especially when we are talking about these very serious national security concerns and implications.
Can you speak to how whistleblowers have historically helped Congress uncover the truth in other areas and how that might apply here?
Absolutely. So again, Congress has always relied on whistleblowers coming forward and making disclosures in a number of different issues across different agencies, anything from national security to airline safety, railway safety, environmental concerns, workplace health and safety, a lot of issues coming out of the COVID pandemic, for example. Whistleblowers have come forward with important disclosures on just about any critical issue affecting our government and affecting the American people, all of which have grave implications for the rights and protections that we have and how we live our lives in communities across the country.
How important is it for whistleblowers to have strong protections when it comes to UAP-related disclosures or disclosures of other topics of excessive government secrecy?
It's absolutely vital. This has been one of the disappointing failures of doing this work, of advocating for stronger whistleblower protections. We recognize the invaluable public service that brave whistleblowers play in coming forward, again, taking all of these risks that we've heard about just to speak the truth, to get important information out in the public consciousness, but they can only do so when we have safe and secure channels for reporting, when there is trust in the independence of agency watchdogs like inspectors general, like the Office of Special Counsel, like the Merit Systems Protection Board that play critical roles in investigating whistleblower disclosures and enforcing the protections of whistleblowers. All of that is essential to allow whistleblowers to keep coming forward and playing these incredibly important public roles.
Thank you so much. Let me just say this. People look at Congress, especially now, and they see a lack of unity. They don't see the ability for us to come together really on much of anything. I will say that I do applaud the chairwoman and the work of this committee because for once I feel like we are focusing on governing, which should be about transparency. The reality is that we cause more harm than good when we allow a lack of transparency to fester. It allows for all types of conspiracy theories instead of us actually making the investments that we need to make to get the information and actually provide it to the American people. The reason that I wanted to focus on making sure that we answer some questions specifically around the protections of those that are willing to come forward is because the only way that we can make this government actually work for all of us is if no matter where you are in this federal government, you feel as if you are safe when you come forward with information of any issue. And so I do want to thank you for all of your stories. The reality is that we only get 5 minutes and the vast majority of everything that you have to say cannot be contextualized within 5 minutes. But I know that my colleagues are going to get to kind of pulling some more of that out. But again, I really just want to thank you for your courage in this moment, and thank you for your service to our country.
Welcome back to Jace Manhwa. If you believe in truth, freedom, and holding Washington accountable, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe right now so you don't miss a thing. So, I just watched a congressional hearing where Representative Crockett talked about government secrecy, overclassification, and whistleblowers. And let me tell you, it confirms what patriots like us have been saying for years. The government hides the truth, not to protect national security, but to protect itself. From the assassinations of American icons to COINTELPRO, torture programs, and now UFOs, or UAPs as they like to call them, the story is always the same. Washington keeps us in the dark. One of the witnesses pointed to 9/11 as an example where overclassification actually made America less safe. Think about that. Instead of sharing the information that could have stopped the attacks, agencies buried it under red tape. That's not protecting America. That's protecting bureaucrats and their failures. And here's where it gets interesting. Whistleblowers, regular people on the inside who risk everything to tell the truth, have always been the ones to pull back the curtain. Whether it's national security, airline safety, or even exposing the truth about COVID, whistleblowers are the reason the public finds out anything at all. But what happens when those same brave Americans don't have real protection? They get silenced, intimidated, or destroyed. That's why this matters. Now, Crockett says we need transparency to avoid conspiracy theories. She's right, but let's be honest. Conspiracies fester because the government has a track record of lying. They label everything classified, then laugh when citizens start asking questions. You don't build trust by covering everything up. You build trust by telling the truth. At least in this hearing, for once, both parties seem to agree that transparency is the goal. That's rare in Washington, and I'll give them credit for it. But here's the bottom line. Unless Congress enforces real accountability and ironclad protections for whistleblowers, nothing changes. The same corrupt system will keep hiding the truth from the American people. And as patriots, we need to demand that our government serve us, not itself. Secrecy is the weapon of tyrants, and sunlight is the weapon of a free people. So let me know what you think. Should whistleblowers get stronger protections? Do you trust Congress to finally pull back the curtain, or is this just another show? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Jace Manhwa, and share this with a fellow patriot. The fight for truth is just getting started.